Some of you have been asking what the wall looks like. Now this is what it looks like now. So now we're gonna end up putting hooks and a whole bunch of stuff on here so we can hang equipment, tools, shovels, stuff like that all along here. Make it a little more organized in here. Also over on that greenhouse, you'll see that front door. It's more like a garage door and it slides up. We're gonna be changing that to like a barn door because essentially when we got snow on top of the greenhouse, the snow was sitting and causing it to sag, and then when we opened up that garage door, it would like rub on it and tear the plastic up top. So we're gonna get regular doors. Yesterday we put these 2x6s on the top of the trailer. Essentially it gives us a little more extra loading space for when we're putting in mulch. So you can see here all we did was put in some 2x4s and then 2x6 on the entire edge. And essentially what that will allow us to do is put at least 10 yards of mulch into the dump trailer, which is kind of like what our target was. As far as weight, you can only put in like 4 to 5 yards of gravel. But when it comes to the mulch, it's nice to have that volume capacity for the 10 yards at least. So with that extra lip, before we could put in 10 yards, but it was kind of like starting to spill over on the edges, whereas now it'll be plenty enough as far as volume for the trailer. Hey guys, so just wrapping up a Saturday afternoon. I'm just still in the office here and we've been super busy already. We start mowing March 1st, and so February 27th, which is a Monday, 2 days before, we are starting our training for all the new employees. So we've hired 4 new people from the job fair. So if you watched the last vlog, you saw the job fair or the career fair and how we kind of ran that, talking about hiring system. So we've hired 4 new people. They're gonna start training February 27th, and then 28th will be out in the field. So the 27th is like all the employee training that's on the course for like videos. And so tutorials on how to mow, how to edge, how to trim trees, talking with clients, talking about our culture at the business, talking about like a regular day at Augusta. So you can actually see, I was filming here just a few minutes ago on the board. I erased it already, but you can kind of see like what I was doing. I'll link it up, there you go. So you should be on your app and you should be scrolling through, making sure you have everything that you need. It is your responsibility to make sure that everything in your trailer is ready to go for all the jobs you have that day. So if you need a spreader, if you need a hedger, if you need a rake, if you need a wheelbarrow, whatever you need for that day, if you need certain types of fertilizer, you need to scroll through your jobs, make sure you have everything that you need for those jobs in your trailer. It's your responsibility. So I've been filming a lot, doing that sort of thing for the employee training, talking about like, I just made one video yesterday about doing client walkthroughs and teaching my staff how to do those so I don't have to be there all the time. And that's super important because if you want to reduce the amount of callbacks you have, and callbacks essentially mean you didn't make money in the job. And so if we want to reduce that, we've got to have our employees be able to do these client walkthroughs on tree trimming jobs and landscaping jobs so I don't have to be there. And the thing too is you got to make it for the guys, like for your employees, you got to make sure that they see the benefit of doing a walkthrough. And the benefit is they don't have to go back the next week and have a really awkward conversation with that client because they did something wrong or the client didn't want something done and they did it. Like, it's so much better if you just do a client walkthrough at the end of each job. And the problem is it's a little awkward. You're hoping like they don't ask you to do something more because you're kind of almost finished. But it's so important. And so making those videos and trying to get those employees videos ready for our staff, which, because you know, in another week we're going to be doing the videos together, watching those all, getting everyone trained up, but also for the course. So kind of that's what we've been doing. Saturday afternoon grinding here, and Facebook ad, I changed it up this morning. Let me show you it for a second here actually. I made this Facebook ad, and as you know, you guys know, I'm big into Facebook ads right now. I think it's super underpriced, especially Facebook video. So let me show you this here real quick. So this is the ad that I made this morning. You can kind of see it. Augusta Lawn Care Services, spring is almost here. The days are longer, the sun is finally starting to shine, and the grass is starting to grow. But your mower doesn't work and you aren't complaining. In other words, you don't want to mow your lawn. Give us a call and let us manicure your lawn and get your weekends back this spring. And then the headline's just dread starting your mower up. And then they click the video. I mean, that thumbnail's pretty legit. But this is the video, which is on our website. It's like a 2-minute video about Augusta Lawn Care, all the things we do. Kind of goes through mowing services and landscaping and fertilization and tree trimming and all that good stuff. So we have a bunch of drone footage and things like that. And so people will see this on their mobile devices. They'll see it on desktop through Facebook ads. And so, yeah, getting a little bit creative. Let me show you actually what today's, what this looks like. So some of you have been asking about Facebook ads and how to do those. So like in the past week, let's see here, 2,000 people have seen the video, or at least 3 seconds of it. And it's going down here because this is today, but it'll end up being up here today because as you're creative, so if you don't change the picture, the thumbnail, the heading, title, like the amount of views are gonna go down unless you change the audience. So what you want to do is like every week, so like right now, this is gonna spike, and that's because I changed that thumbnail to that guy on his and I changed the whole ad to kind of like not wanting to start your mower for the spring. And you can see here some of so cost per view 3 cents. Total reach this past week was 2,600 people. Frequency 1.48. That means if it was 1, that means that all those people, the 2,600, saw it once. But when it's 1.48, that means like probably 1,800 people or so actually saw it. Some of them saw it twice though. So you'll see, like I have another ad I'll show you here real quick. That their frequency is like 8 because it's a really small market or demographic that I'm going after. Relevant score is 4. Anything under 4 is usually when I start changing the ad creative, so like the heading and the title. And Facebook just kind of arbitrarily makes that number out of 10, but it's a good kind of way to think. And it's just a good way. It's kind of a good way to determine whether or not your ads are being effective, and that'll go down as you keep the same ad and the same creative, same video, same all that stuff. So then down here you got your audience, like what your gender, age. So like you can see I'm really targeting the 65 plus folks. They're the type of people who don't just watch the first 3 seconds. They watch the entire video and then go to your website and read every single word. And so that's what we're looking for. Placements. So I stray away from doing too much on the audience network. I try to stick with the news feed on the desktop and their mobile news feed. Audience network can be third-party apps and third-party websites that Facebook sells their ads to. And I find it so much more effective to use desktop and mobile ads. So you can see I use it a little bit at the beginning to get traction, and I've stopped at 100%. So now it's only on these 2 here. So then you can see location. Obviously, it's all in my state because I'm just going after those demographics. Now, if I go back here, I can see I have all sorts of ads. So next week, I'll be creating an ad for the wives and then one for the husbands. So for the ones for the husbands, I'll be saying things like, play golf on the weekend, or has your wife been nagging you about doing the lawn, like all that. And then for the wives, I'll be saying, are you tired of nagging your husband to do the lawn? So like things like that, you can target really specifically. So for instance, this is only for property managers. So everyone that has to do with, has a job title, anything with property management or property maintenance, they're gonna be seeing this. And it's a similar video, but it's only for property managers. And so it's actually me talking about how Augusta Lawn Care can service their commercial, their clients really good. So you can see here, it's a video of me talking. Property that has its unique characteristics. What this will do is really create a consistency between the work that's done at the property, so the same set of eyes and the same hands are on the property. So that's just me talking, and it's specifically geared. Remember, your creative, your title, everything should be geared at property managers. Like if a property manager is scrolling through their news feed and they see attention property managers in Whatcom County, like that's going to catch their eye. And so you can see here that their frequency in the past 7 days is 5. So the total reach is only 27 people, but 5, so very small target audience. So you're paying a lot more per view, not 3 cents, it's 17. However, your frequency is way more. And it's just because, like I said, you're going after a very, very small there's probably only 100 people or a couple hundred people in my demographic, my county, that I'm actually trying to target here. But that's the power of Facebook ads, you can really, really get narrow. So that's that. I hope that helps someone as far as seeing the behind the scenes of what an ad does. We have multiple ads on Facebook. Like I said, you're creative, and when I say creative, that's your text, your header, your title, all that stuff should be geared at the audience that you're going after. If you're going after older people, it should be one thing. If you're going after working moms, if you're going after professionals, like whatever it is, your creative needs to match your target audience. And what you do is you make different ad sets for every single target audience and really narrow in on them. Like if I do, for instance, if Apple, for instance, does an ad for taking pictures and they want to gear it towards grandparents, they want to show things like FaceTime and seeing their grandkids and seeing like in the ad, that creative, that picture, whatever, should be geared toward that audience. Whereas if they're going after the teenage market, they're going to be showing things like photo sharing, Snapchat stuff. They're going to be showing video, slow motion, like footage, different types of completely different ad sets. So we have multiple ad sets and different things that we're playing with, and that's what you got to do if you want to really make sure that your cost per click is low and that your impressions aren't just, blindly being shown to everyone. You want to narrow it down, and that's why I'm just such a believer in Facebook right now, and we've already started to see it. It's February, and I had like 5 or 6 estimates today, got a few mowing jobs, like super busy already because of Facebook ads. Haven't spent a penny on print or anything else. We're starting cold calling next week. Stay tuned.